Welcome everybody to look at another film from the long since defunct HMV Premium Collection series of films. This film, in fact, was released in 2018 on there as part of their collection, and it is 1947's Out of the Past. So this is directed by Jacques Tourneur, who also did the really rather fantastic films Night of the Demon, I Walked with a Zombie, The Comedy of Terrors, and Nightfall. So we do a mix of horror films and film noirs like this, which clocks in at 97 minutes long and stars the likes of Robert Mitchum, who I've seen in 19 other films. Films that I've not mentioned before after reviewing also The Accuser, which was also part of this HMV Premium Collection, will be the likes of El Dorado, The Friends of Eddie Coyle, His Kind of Woman, and Crossfire. Also stars Jane Greer, who was in the first of the four Dick Tracy films. Dick Tracy. I think they were released by RKO or Republic, one or the other. And also finally stars the likes of Kirk Douglas, who I've seen in 20 other films. He was also really rather great in the likes of Ace in the Hole, Paths of Glory, 7 Days in May, and Man Without a Star. So the peaceful life of a gas station owner is disrupted when a man from his past arrives in town and forces him to return to the dark world he had tried to escape. So I originally bought this on a whim without knowing much about it outside of the cast and the general plot synopsis, because I actually picked this up straight from HMV while perusing their films way back in 2018. And yeah, and I'm glad I did, quite frankly, get it, as this was enthralling from beginning to end, while being superb in almost every area. Plus, it is definitely one of the best film noirs that I have seen, especially from this kind of heyday of the late 40s. The cast, cinematography, editing, plot, script, pacing, directing, and the suitably grim ending all make for a highly entertaining and memorable experience, while being a standout from the decade itself. It's also engaging throughout, and the only underwhelming effort, but nonetheless still overall decent aspect, is the score. But that just shows how little there is to, quite frankly, complain about this. So yeah, absolutely superb film. Not my absolute favourite film noir. There are films that I've rated slightly higher than this, but this still gets a near perfect score of 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, it is definitely a film noir that I highly recommend, especially if you are trying to get into the genre itself, which I do highly recommend doing if you haven't already. Um, so yeah, we've got the case here, which has the same artwork as the sleeve, and there's the disc. Do get a few physical extras with this as well. We get a few art cards, so we get the poster work again in art card form, which is nicely done. And then we get a few shots from the film as well, some mild spoilers. So yeah, it's wonderfully shot, as are a lot of film noirs from the time. Great use of shadows and lighting. We also get a single-sided poster with this release as well. Not massive or anything, but I did have this up at one point or another, I can tell from the back. And it's a shot from the film with the title of the film on it as well. So yeah, which is something a little different to the usual of just giving us a film poster again. So which is something that several other premium collection releases did as well. So it's always a nice surprise to see what you're gonna get or not. And finally, the film is in 1080p high definition presentation. It's in the aspect ratio 1:37:1, and it has DTS HD master audio in English mono, and there are English subtitles available as well. Although, bear in mind, for some reason, like other efforts in this HMV Premium Collection line, the subtitles are in yellow, not in the typical white. And there is a special feature on here. We've got a commentary by author and slash film noir specialist James Ursini. So yeah, just a generally really great effort. So yeah, do highly recommend seeing it if you haven't already. If you are looking to get into more film noirs, if you feel like you've exhausted some of the more popular ones, I'm not sure if this is considered highly popular or not, but it still is a fantastic effort and a really great early performance from Kirk Douglas as well, who isn't the lead in this by any stretch of the imagination. As you can see, he is ranked third on the poster, but it really did show what he would be capable of more so in as his career would go on, especially in the likes of the 50s and the 60s. So yeah, it's well worth seeing if you're a Kirk Douglas completionist or even a Robert Mitchum completionist, or you just want to see more film noirs. any angle really it will work for you, I'm sure. So yeah, but if you have seen Out in the past before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.